So now the likely all-star starter for the Angels and Mike Trout. Base open at first, 2 outs. Cayaspo at third, Ibar at second, scoreless ball game. Wainwright's first one, home line to center. That's a base hit. Cayaspo will score. Ibar being sent home. There'll be no throw. He scores, and the Angels lead it 2-0. And as a team, they're hitting .334, so somebody's got to be up over 400, correct?
Yep, and he likes having friends on base. I'll tell you in a second.
Beltran's at second, Holiday's at first, the pitch home, and he takes it down low. And it's 2 balls and a strike.
He comes up, nobody on base, hitting .263. Comes up, he's got some buddies on base, .392.
Wow. Craig was a Cards 8th rounder in 2006 at a Cal. Last year hit .307, 22 homers, 92 runs batted in. They've hit on a lot of draft picks recently, and that pitch is hit deep into center. He unloads on one. Trout going back, still going back at the track, at the wall. He turns and watches it go for a 3-run home run. And the Cardinals take the lead 3-2. And the first one home, and he swings and lines it to left. Going to be a tough play for Trout, racing over for it. Dives and makes a tremendous catch in the corner on the warning track to save another run. Oh, wow. I mean, have you seen this kid do it any better than that? When he's not pulling it over the wall to rob a home run?
There's no way, Steve, I thought he'd make that play. That's an incredible, could be a game saver if they ever could hit off of Cole, but that was amazing.
I mean, that's not just called getting on your horse and getting it. I mean, that's getting on a Kentucky Derby winner to get it. Nothing for the Pirates in the 5th. It remains 4-0 Pittsburgh over the Angels. You're listening to tonight's game presented by Compass Media Networks. So here's Yadier Molina, already a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2. Came in leading the National League and hitting at .352. That's the thing that has killed Joe Blanton so far in this ballgame. And again, it's a manageable 1-run deficit, but letting the lead man get on, because he scored the first 2 times as Molina swings and foul tips it in the glove of Hank Conger for strike 1. You had Beltran single to start the 4th, and he scored on the Alan Craig 3-run home run, and Daniel Descalso led off the 5th with that double, and he scored on the Matt Carpenter sac fly. See what happens with Craig here. He's down at first. Trumbo holds him on. Strike 1 pitch home, and that should be a double play ball. Hit out to short. Ibar shuffling off to Kendrick for 1. Throw to first is in time. They had plenty of time to get Yadier Molina, and it's a 6-4-3 twin killing. Trout with a ground ball single out of the reach of Andy Pettit his first time up. Andy's given up a run on 3 hits. He's into the 1, and the 3-2 plate word to Trout, and that is hit right side. Diving for it there as Adams on the outfield grass gets up, throws in time, and they get Trout at first. What a heck of a play, too. Holding his foot on the bag there, Martin Teixeira. Jared Weaver has lost his last 2 starts. He's allowed 9 earned runs and 11 2/3 over those last 2 starts, but he did work a scoreless first here on 17 pitches against a very good Pittsburgh Pirates team. As a matter of fact, the team with the 3rd best record in all of Major League Baseball. And here in the 2nd, Weaver is going to go to work against Pedro Alvarez, Gabby Sanchez, and Neil Walker in a scoreless ball game.
And very reminiscent of Clint Hurdle's team when he was with the Colorado Rockies. A lot of young players, some veterans, and he molded them into a playoff caliber team.
Pedro Alvarez, the first to greet him. He comes in hitting .223, 16 homers, 48 runs batted in. And the first one home is a cut and a miss, 0-1.
And if I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, Steve, I'm very excited. They spent $8 million on Garrett Cole, and you quickly see him in the major leagues within 2 years. So it's a good beginning for this kid's career.
Strike 1 pitch plate word to Alvarez. It missed down and in, 1-1. Those 16 home runs we spoke of for Alvarez, 5th in the National League. A ball and a strike on the left-handed batting 3rd baseman. And the 1-1. And that missed high, 2-1.
The problem with Pedro has been his defense. He's got 13 errors at third base. He leads all major leaguers at third base in that category. So he's got to also play both ways. You can't go out there and have guys that are getting you ground balls, and you need to make those outs.
They call him El Toro, and the 2-1 is a soft breaking ball over for a strike, 2-2.
Is that the Bull?
The Bull. That's also another one of his nicknames, too. One in Spanish, one in English. And here's the one on the 2-2 plate word, and another curveball spiked in the dirt. And he lays off. It's full now, 3-2. Weaver retired the first 2 Pirates on 4 pitches. And then it took 13 pitches to navigate Andrew McCutchen and Garrett Jones to end that first inning. And here, another 3-ball, 2-strike count to a Pirate hitter. Here's the 1 and the 3-2 coming home to Alvarez. Elevated fastball, and he hits it a mile high deep into right field, and that ball is gone, and the Pirates lead it 1-0.
Wow, Steve. I was just going to say it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to throw another slider in the dirt and walk him. But it didn't come out of my mouth quick enough.
17th home run of the season for Alvarez, and we heard that crack of the bat all the way up here. Get low mill direct prices on top name flooring at Lumber Liquidators, including Bellawood pre-finished hardwood. For details, visit lumberliquidators.com. Lumber Liquidators, hardwood floors for less. That thing almost hit the 57 freeway.
It was an 86-mile-an-hour 2-seam fastball that was supposed to go down at the waist, down to his ankles away, but it hovered, and that's obviously he doesn't have the power to throw it by Alvarez, and it stayed up in the zone. Very hittable 86.
Gabby Sanchez now looks at the first one for a strike. Weaver right back to him, and that one is grounded out to second. Up with it is Kendrick, and he throws out Sanchez for the first out of the second.
Well, and with Alvarez, just like Andrew McCutchen, the 3-2 pitch, very hittable. You know, a confident and strong Jared Weaver's probably throwing his best pitch, which is a breaking ball 3-2, but he's not comfortable enough to throw that right now. So he's trying to get them out with a 2-seamer or a 4-seam fastball, which is strange to see Jared Weaver do that.
Neil Walker now. 1 out, a run home. Pirates lead it 1-0 on Pedro Alvarez's 17th big fly of the year. And Walker tries to hold up and does for ball 1. That was the 5th home run surrendered by Weaver now in 36 innings this year. And the 1-0 to the left-handed batting Walker, and he sends it into left field. Trout is back on it in front of the track, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. This copyrighted broadcast presented by the authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or transmitted in any form, and the accounts of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Angels. Alongside Rob Dibble, I'm Steve Quis. We're here in the top of the second, and the Pirates with a 1-0 lead over the Angels. And here's Travis Snyder, the right fielder. Weaver normally pretty good in interleague play, especially since 2010. 7-0 with a 1.71 ERA. And Snyder from the left side, the ex-Blue Jay, takes the first one high, 1-0.
Well, and the thing about Alvarez and not hitting high for average, but great power numbers. After that, Sanchez 237, Walker 244, Snyder 236. I mean, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of damage if you put the Bull on first base. he becomes now he clogs the bases, and he could become a double play ball. One ground ball, and you get 2 outs.
Snyder took a curveball for a strike, and Weaver right back to him. And missed with a fastball 2-1, and it looks like he is well aware he doesn't have command of that fastball tonight.
No, and I also don't like the sequence, the 3-2 after McCutchen hit a 3-2 fastball for a double into left center field, throwing it to another power hitter.
2-1 to Snyder, and that is a soft little liner out into right field. That'll fall for a base hit. 3rd hit already for the Pirates off of Weaver as we play here in the second. 2 outs, Snyder on, and Jordy Mercer will be the batter.
Well, and because that was only 86 and not a 92, and usually he throws his sinker about 90 miles an hour, and it's 86 tonight. Breaks Neil Walker's bat, but it's still a base hit. So he's just a little bit off his game right now. And so when you're out there on the mound and some of your best stuff that you possess tonight, not saying 2-3 starts down the road he's not going to have his other stuff, but right now tonight he's battling himself mentally going, man, there's not much I have in the tank tonight.
Mercer from the right side, and the first one home, fastball over for a strike. So let me ask you this. I mean, it's been well documented how Weaver's velocity has been down around 87 or 89, not where it was just a few years ago in the low 90s. How concerned are you?
Not at all. I mean, he's thrown so many innings, and when you throw that many innings on any kind of pitcher, eventually you're going to hit a wall, meaning you're going to hit a point where your body breaks you or tells you, listen, you've gone far enough. We don't have an awful lot to offer right now, and that tells you that.
Strike one home to Mercer, and he hits it a ton to left. Going back on it is Trout, turns and watches it sail into the Pirates bullpen for a 2-run home run, and it's 3-0 Pittsburgh.
And there's going to be a lot of lean times for you until you also have to tell yourself, I've got to pitch out of this. I've got to go out there with whatever I have, 90, 86, and get 21 outs. That's what I'm being paid to do at the major league level. Weaver, 84-mile-an-hour sinker, didn't sink enough. Actually, it looked like a breaking ball that didn't break. Stayed up in the zone. And Mercer and most major league hitters will crush your mistakes.
And the number 9 batter in the Pittsburgh Pirates batting order, Jordy Mercer, goes deep. 2-run shot, second home run of the inning. Here's Starling Marte, who sends the first one foul. And the Pirates have a 3-0 lead early on Jared Weaver here in Anaheim.
And that last pitch was a hanging breaking ball at 82. So, I mean, you're losing your effectiveness when your velocity is 86 to 88 and your breaking balls are 82. There's not much of a differential there.
Weaver to the wind, and Marte pops it up. Foul ground, first base side. Conger and Pujols giving chase near the Pirates dugout. And it's Pujols who'll make the catch right in front of the dugout for the final out of the second. However, the Pirates get 3 hits and 2 of them leave the yard. The solo shot by Alvarez to start the inning, and the 2-run blast with 2 outs off the bat of Jordy Mercer as the Pittsburgh Pirates out to a 3-0 lead early tonight from Anaheim. You're listening to tonight's game presented by Compass Media Networks.